Hey everybody, welcome to another video with me, the Millennial Landscaper. In this video I'm going to be talking about the price of danger. In landscaping there's a lot of dangerous things that you have to face. Hazardous things and just simple things that are just not, it's not really healthy for your body. That's just what it is. So there's a price for us as landscapers to take on these kind of risks and to take on these hazardous wear and tear on our bodies. For example, I'm going to show you right now my arm is bandaged. The reason is because all of the vibrating from the weed eater makes my arm hurt. Also, my two fingers here, they're kind of sprayed, but it comes with the territory. It's a part of the job. I love the job. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I don't regret any of it. But still, you have to keep in mind that there is a lot of danger whenever you're doing landscaping activities. So I'm going to show you guys a little insider video of a project that I'm about to do, and it's going to show you as a customer or a starting landscaper or a professional, you know, we go through a lot of hazardous things, and sometimes we have to budget for any contingency. If something breaks, if a tool breaks, if anything breaks, and it happens a lot of times, even though we don't tell the customers, a lot of times things break, but we have backups that we've purchased, or we go ahead and we just quickly buy a backup. So I'm going to show you a project, and this project I'm about to show you, the customer wants me to clean up everything in their backyard. In order for me to do that, I have to clean off all the vines from the fences, and I have to trim down the grass, weed eat it, or edge it. Now I'm going to show you the project. This right here is the start of the project. As you can see, the fence line right here has all these vines overgrowing. It's just bad. And then you have these other vines here just drooping down from the tree. That is actually a ivy vine that is attached itself to a tree, and that ivy vine is sucking life and livelihood from the tree. All that stuff is bad for the tree. Now what we're gonna do is go inside of the project, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now this is the gate. We're about to open the gate, and I'm gonna open it slowly and show you on the other side here there are more vines, so we have to reach and get those vines. That's not a big deal, except for the fact that inside here there is a 6 to 8 foot drop right there. So I'm staring at a staircase right there, and this staircase is about 6 feet down, probably 8 feet down, and this staircase is where we have to enter the property. If you look around, all of this needs to be trimmed down and weed eated. So there's a lot of overgrown vegetation that haven't been really kept up. And then on the right side here, we have to get up here, clean the vines off, not just cut the roots of the vines, but we have to go up and clean the top off too. Now the reason this project is dangerous is when you look in these corners and crevices, anything can be lurking in there. Anything can just be waiting to come bite you or sting you, just like that. And before you know it, all of a sudden you have a poison or you have an infection. For example, poison ivy could be in here anywhere. You have no clue, and I don't have any clue, right? So if you look around you, when I step in here and I start cleaning things down and I start weed eating and I start edging things, I might get poison ivied. What's that going to cause? That's going to cause me to leave the project, run to get some kind of medication if it's bad, or even if I don't leave immediately, it might put me out of work for a full day, right? Trying to recover from whatever poison. Now, that is a risk. But there's not only the risks of vines and poison, there's a risk of snakes, and there's a risk of what's the name of the bug? Spiders. There you go. Now let me turn to myself for this part of the video so you guys can get a better view of me. Now when you're messing around with snakes and spiders, here in Fayetteville, Arkansas, there are a lot of poisonous snakes and spiders. For example, the black widow is well known, the brown recluse, well known. These things are deadly. I'm literally risking my life as I do these jobs. Then there's the risks of poisonous snakes like rat snakes, or there are water moccasins, or there are copperheads. I've run across copperheads. We had to kill it. That thing was big. I've run across a water moccasin while I was on my mower, and my mower chopped it and it just ran away. But still, it's hazardous, okay? It is hazardous. There are a lot of risks, and so if I do get stung, who's going to pay for that? I'm going to pay for it. We don't call the customer and say, hey, you know, I was working at your property and I got stung by a spider, and I got bit by a snake. So what I'll have to do is I'm going to charge you this $350 for medication and $500 for emergency room bill. I can't say that to the customer. So you have to keep in mind that as we do these projects, they have to be worth it. As we risk our lives, there are many times, at least 10 times, where I have hit or come across issues with hazardous things in landscaping, just because the project itself was dangerous. So let's point to the project one more time. Before we end this video, I want to show you the rest of the project. Here you go. And just remember, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it is sometimes very dangerous to get inside of these rocks. And then look at this one. I'm going to show you another surprise right here. This is a drain. I do not have a clue what lives in there and what stays in there, but I know that drains and hidden places are always a bad place for snakes and other bugs or things that may be poisonous. Now let's get to the back of the yard, because this is the bulk of the mowing or weed eating. If you look at this is not even mowing anymore. That's brush hogging. It's so high, it's brush hogging. And if you look up against the trees right there, you can barely even see the tree itself. But right in the back of the tree, it's filled with poison. It's filled with ivy vines growing up it. And then over to this side, this is another dangerous spot. I'm not really very trusting of this spot because it has rocks. So rocks are a well-known place for snakes to hide. And then it has all these trees and vegetation. So I'll have to kind of keep my distance when I chop things down and keep my eye out while I wear my safety equipment. And this is most of the project. But it matters that landscapers try to stay in business by budgeting for these contingencies. So you have to understand, customers, landscapers, landscape managers, you have to understand that there's a contingency whenever we come into these projects. At any time, anything can happen. A spider can bite you, poison oak or poison ivy can catch you, and that's happened a lot. You can get bit by snakes. I've been attacked by many but never bitten. So that's why I'm letting you guys know that there's a price for that kind of risks that landscapers put themselves in. Even a worst case, a friend of mine, someone I collaborated with, they had one of their employees break their neck because the bucket of a skid steer fell on their neck and broke his neck. And so the guy lived, but his neck got broken. So that's just one of the examples of why we stay insured. If you're a landscaper, insure your guys, insure yourself. If you are a company owner, a landscaping company owner, insure your guys, insure yourself, because it matters. If you found any educational purpose in this video, or it had any content that helped you understand something, please like the video. Comment below telling me what you think, telling me how you feel. Any questions, comment and subscribe to my channel.